In today's video, I want to talk about the available auxiliary camera that you can get on your Ford truck. So right now on our new F450 that we just picked up, we got 1,000 miles on this truck already. The camera plug is right here in the bed of the truck. But typically I use my camera on my enclosed bumper pull, and it's not going to be practical to be in the bed of the truck. So in today's video, we are going to move the camera from the bed of the truck to the bumper. Now, I've already done this on my F350. It also had the camera in the bed of the truck and not on the bumper. But there's a way to take this camera out and move it, the camera plug, move it from the bed to the bumper for the few that are using the Ford camera system. I know there's not many. Let's go ahead and move this thing, talk about how to do it, show how to do it, and we'll show the picture quality on the new big screen. So coming underneath the truck here, beautiful sight of the huge rear end of the F450. But you can look up in here, and this is a little weird. I can probably sneak the camera up there and see that this plug is designed to be located either on the bumper or on in the bed. So hopefully you can see that. I might have to drop the spare tire down to do this, but hopefully I do not have to. Number one, I'm going to get this out of the way. Super easy to depress the pins, and it comes right out super easy. Then I'll remove that, so that'll give me a little bit more room to sneak my hand up there. Like I said, hopefully I don't want to have to take off the spare tire, so I'm just feeling around. And there's going to be a plug that's just dead-headed. It's got a, ow, that was my finger. It's got a cap on it, and what I'm feeling is, maybe I'll sneak this camera up there and show you guys what I'm feeling for. With this plug out of the way, you can actually see it right through here. It's stick the camera in there. It's kind of right in there, and yeah, adjust this just a hair. If you go right up in there, it is right there. There it is. It's dead headed. So this allows you to have the camera functionality on the bumper as well. So I just got to figure out how I'm going to unplug that, and now I can actually see it. So let me get in there. I just ended up pulling it down, and you can see it right about there. That's what it's going to look like. And now we're going to pop that other camera off. We're going to switch these plugs around. We need to save this dead end cap. This is going to seal the other end off once we unplug it from up here. Once we unplug this, then we'll be able to reinstall that cover and reinstall our plug. So I went ahead and unbolted it up here because I'll never be able to get this connection free from down there. So gonna free this connection and switch these around. Okay, so I got these free. Let's switch these around real quick. Again, couldn't do this from behind or the bottom. Real quick tab, direct swap to the new one. So when you if you are gonna take this off and do this, this tab broke on me, so be aware that you might have to either push this thing all the way up like that and take it off. It just didn't seem right, didn't want to come off. From here, this one's going to go on the bumper now, this one's going to go up here. Let's grab that cap. Here's the cap to keep all the weather out of the plug. Right there, sealed up good to go. And then we have our fifth wheel gooseneck plug here. Plug it into the camera, or the other one. It's not a camera, it's just the basic one. Plug it in, Little gray clip keeps it safe, so it cannot come unplugged. It's good to go. Like I said, it's sealed up here. And what I'll probably do, maybe I'll tape this down so it doesn't rattle. Don't want that thing rattling. All right, thank you Ford Boss for the tape. And I'm just gonna tape it down so it's not noisy. And yeah. This is going to go this way. And this is gonna get taped to not be so noisy. Last thing I need is this thing rattling around in here. And this tape's gonna last a long time because Ford Boss gave me this stuff. It's real good. You can't even tear it. I'm gonna need some scissors. All right, tape down real nice. Found a rusty knife. Go ahead and cut it. Finish the wrap. Premium tape, thanks to the Ford Boss. And that's that. This thing ready to go now. Wait. Oh, it's gonna be a hard fit now. Will it fit? Still fits. A little tight. So doesn't really want to sit in there like it used to because those tabs will hold it for assembly purposes. I just didn't know how they came apart, and I think what you do is just like lift it all the way up. But this new bed liner that's on here, spray in, is like taking up any clearance, and this thing would not come off of here. So nonetheless, these screws hold it, and I've got to get that bottom clip that didn't fully break. I've got to get that one in. It's quite difficult actually. So the top tab broke, the bottom one didn't. The two screws are not allowing. So I've got to latch that bottom one. Aha, there we go. It still holds it. Still works. Okay. And start. Into the J clips. And shoot it. Good to go, huh? Tight. Tight enough. All right, so now the camera is on the bumper, and there will be no camera for the big gooseneck because I don't have a gooseneck. And if I do have a big enough gooseneck trailer one day, then I can just flip it back around. Anyway, let's jump to the bottom side. Going to the bottom side, there's a couple of plugs here. Now that we freed them up, we've got our trailer plug, which is the same one we had, and we're gonna put it through. And we've also got now our camera plug. We're gonna put that through the hole as well. So if you have a 360 camera on your truck, on the Ford, anything after 2020, anything with a 360 camera from 17, after 20, I believe they were started giving you this extra plug in the truck, whether it's in the bed or the bumper. With this truck, it's in the bed and we'd have to switch it. But I think you can only do one at a time. I think maybe you could have two of these. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to have two, but it wouldn't be able to hold two cameras at once. I don't see why it wouldn't work. But nonetheless, we're just gonna plug this, two plugs into here, and then it will now be on the bumper. This one's a little short, so I'm having to come down from below and get it. Hopefully there's enough room. And there she goes. In she goes. So now everything is connected so that the camera connection is now on the bumper instead of in the bed. Let's go ahead and hook to the trailer and see how the picture quality is with this camera on this new big screen in the F450. So it's now hooked up. This is how the camera plug looks plugged in. I do kind of wish they used a better sheathing on this cord, but nonetheless it does work. So it's all plugged in. Let's jump in and see how the camera looks, if it works at all. Okay, here we go. Camera button, see it in front of us, expand, auxiliary, and it works. Haha, look at that. So picture quality, I've noticed that the picture quality isn't the best picture quality with the auxiliary cameras, but nonetheless it does work. So you can see it's grainy, it looks like Nintendo 64 but it does work. Same thing with the in the bed camera. I believe these two cameras are on the same network, and for some reason they just don't have high res. Now we go to the forward facing camera and the picture quality improves quite a bit, as well as all the other 360 cameras. They have just a better picture. I can see all the cracks in the road. One thing that's kind of interesting, I'll show you this. If you select drive mode here, let's go to the drive modes. Let's turn this all the way to off-road. It shifts it in four-wheel drive, but it did something. This happened to me the other day. Let's take it out of off-road. Slippery snow. It shifts out of four-wheel drive, but I'll show you what happens. I have to try to repeat. I was driving along and this freaking happened, and it threw me off big time. So we're driving along, and I was trying to go to eco mode or towing or something, and I accidentally went the wrong way, and I went to off-road mode, and it does it. It shifts, and I swear, okay, oh, you can feel it shift. It turns on the front camera. Look at that. And it didn't matter the speed or anything. It has the front camera on. Like, how freaking crazy is that? It looks clear too. Like, you could almost, I mean, it's distracting and confusing, but it leaves it on. So that's a little Easter egg, I guess. I didn't know it did that. So we'll put it in like normal, because this weight's not heavy. We don't need to be in tow haul. But I gotta shoot over to the fuel station and top off on my fuel. So that's it for the video. Definitely impressed with the cameras. One thing I wish is they would update the camera in the bed and in the trailer camera system. That being said, it gets the job done. This one's dirty. I gotta clean it off. I mean, it's still, it gets the job done. It's not horrible or anything, but for the money they want for one of these, I feel the resolution should be a little better. Still gets the job done. Installs on any trailer. This is how it looks coming in. It goes around, drops down, and it goes in the trailer. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned to the channel, as I want to do some cool stuff with these trailers, with these trucks. I want to put strobing lights on the trailers. That would be really nice. And I want to add a power inverter to the 350. That one, I still have my 3,000 watt inverter that I had in my old truck. The F350 has a dual alternator, 397 amps, so it can have a better onboard power system than what's on the new 450, even though that onboard power system on the 450 Pro Power, it's a good system. Don't get me wrong. It's a good system, but I wish they would have did a couple little things different. I wish they would have let you keep your dual high output dual alternator setup, because the Pro Power is not too terribly expensive. I think it's like $1,000 on the add-on. I probably would not do it though, knowing that I would lose the 397. I think it's like over 400 amps of dual alternator in 23. I don't know if I would have done it if I knew I would lose dual alternators. I think the reason it went to 400 amps in 23 is because they've increased the single alternator in order to accommodate the lessening of the dual, of not having a dual alternator. So I do think they have enough power here. I'm sure it'll be fine, but dedicating the entire generator to that purpose, I don't know. I don't know if I, like it, but it does work well. It can power enough for the average person, computers, family road trips. You could plug in 5 laptops if you wanted to. You can plug in a big roll-away air compressor. It can plug some devices in for sure. But I would like to see, and this is probably wishful thinking, I would like to see 3,000 watts. I'd like to see me keep my dual alternator. That 3,000 will push that limit though. It would be right at the max. But hey, it's still a good system. So good job, Ford. Good enough. Nothing's going to be perfect. Even if you had a 3,000 watt system on this, a 3,000 watt system would need some chunky wires in order to run in a 12 volt system. So at least if they got to take the generator, at least give it more than 2,000 watts going to a 24 volt system. But whatever. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This is DS Trucks. My name is Sean. Let me know what you think about the cameras, the trailer camera. See you in the next one. Over and out.